Perkins, Easton Jackson, Gabriel Metcalf, Kobe Roulette, Leo McAdams, Luke Paper, Easton Robenstein, Braxton Henry, Camden Smith, Nathan Campbell, Jacob Zimmerman, Bentley Grogan, Weston Henry, and Bryce Bishop. Coaches are Justin Metcalf, Brian Perkins, Ian Campion, Brett Bishop, and Joshua Lewis. The team mom is Tyler Metcalf. That's the Trojans back first grade.
No. IHSAA.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Online, over the phone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to East Central High School in Trojan Field for tonight's matchup between the East Central Trojans and the Moeller Crusaders. We are 7 minutes away from kickoff. I about said tip-off, but from kickoff, Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson. And Jack, this is going to be a good one. It was a good one a year ago, 2 years ago, or a year ago. 21-6, I believe, was the final score. And I think we're going to see another barn burner tonight.
I think so. You got two powerhouse programs, Matt, in the tri-state area. They're going to go head-to-head. This is a marquee matchup tonight here in the tri-state area. It's going to be a great one.
Absolutely. With that being said, what we're going to do, we're going to turn it back over to Trojan Media Productions, and they're going to show our pregame interview with Coach Miners, kind of recapping last week, as well as talking about some injuries, and then forecasting what he's anticipating tonight. So let's turn that back over to the Trojan Media Production crew so you can see Coach Miners' interview.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Trojan Media Production crew's broadcast of tonight's game with Moeller versus the East Central Trojans, along with Aaron Jackson. I am Matt Maple, standing alongside our head coach for the East Central Trojans. Coach, last week, I think, came in, people were expecting a
We're having a few technical difficulties with the Coach Miners video from today. As you can see out on the field, there are a lot of cheerleaders. Tonight is youth night. We had a lot of football players. I think they started, Jack, probably about 25 minutes or so left, and they just got done with 5 minutes. So it took 20 minutes to introduce all these football players and cheerleaders, and that's such an awesome thing.
Yeah, you know, Matt, we were talking about that off air, how great it is. It's such a great thing for the program, and it really, it's just the lifeblood of the program. It feeds it. It's a great strength, and if you thought the place was packed last week, it's even more packed tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So not only do we have a Moeller powerhouse team in the facility tonight, we've got a lot of youth players. Jack, we've got a 4:20 left here on the clock. Let's talk a little bit about tonight and what the keys to the game for Moeller and East Central will be.
Sure. I mean, if you're East Central, you know, you want to control that clock. Anytime you get this high-powered matchup, East Central Moeller, it's about controlling that style of play, Matt. And so Trey Omer, last week, he went 96 yards against Harrison after Josh Ringer went out with that injury. And so he's going to be a key. We know from Coach Miners that they've worked on some blocking packages to get him some openings with the offensive line this week. That's going to be a key. Moeller comes in 2-0. Last week they beat Chaminade Julienne by a score of 42-28. And I think Moeller, they're going to look to control that tempo early. They got a high-powered offense.
Well, Jack, let's stop there and just talk briefly about that. East Central wins 42-0 last week.
Yes.
Moeller comes in scoring 42 last week.
Yes.
You want to talk about a high-powered offense on both sides and what that's going to look like by the end of this evening. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is. You know, last week Moeller went 282 yards through the air, but East Central's got a revamped passing attack.
Yeah.
And so now they're very dangerous with receivers like Eli Aston and Nate Busing. So, you know, Moeller's going to have to look out for those two wideout threats.
Well, and I think we talked about briefly the Josh Ringer injury, and we talked about that last week, that's an impact.
Yes.
Josh Ringer's a Division I football player that is hurt as a sophomore, and that running back position is key, obviously, for this offense. But when you think about it, there's 107 players on the East Central roster, and as you said last week, it's next man up.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be Trey Omer tonight. You know, you got Noah Hauser, he's out, but and as well as Carson Kelly. But Trey Omer's had a great week. Ryan Brotherton's had a great practice. You've got to look out for him. And Jack Rainier, too, Coach Miner says, has a great week of practice. So there are going to be three big keys tonight for East Central if they're going to beat Moeller. Yeah,
absolutely. And you know, take the football out of it. What a beautiful evening for football.
It is. It's a great, picturesque evening. It's kind of a perfect night to watch a game.
Yep. So we are 2:07 left from the national anthem. You can see the players kind of lining up. You can see our youth cheerleaders and the cheerleaders down there ready to go. Moeller's getting set with their flags out, and they're ready to come out on the field. It's just a fantastic evening for football, and this was a contract, I believe, that started last year. We were amazed by the game last year, and in fact, we talked on air, Jack. I think you want to talk about a program or programs that make it look like a small college game. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, Moeller, Matt, they come into this game. They're ranked in Ohio, number 19, and so. You know, every time they come in, they've got great players that go Division I, Division II, you know, marquee names that you're going to see in the recruiting battles.
Well, and you start talking about marquee names and battles. College football starts, well, it started last night, I guess last evening. We start talking through what college football looks like moving forward. There's a lot of local people here in St. Leon that are playing in that marquee.
Absolutely.
You've got Alex Maxwell at Purdue. You have Luke Collinsworth at UC. And you have Veal up in University of Indianapolis.
Can't forget Nate Griffin either.
Nate Griffin
Kentucky.
playing in Western Kentucky. There's so many. And that's what it's about when you talk about programs.
Certainly.
So with that being said, we are getting ready for the national anthem. We are going to go ahead and turn it over to the PA so that our East Central band can begin the national anthem.
And now the telling of our national anthem, performed by the East Central High School Band.
Great job by our East Central Marching Band for the national anthem. And you're about ready to see the East Central Trojans take the floor, or take the field, I apologize. Take the field. They're gathering together down the end zone down there. And I just hope none of them come close to running into any of those small cheerleaders out there, Jack.
I know, yeah. Not only you got the youth league out tonight, you got the youth cheerleaders out. It's great to see.
So Trojans finishing it up. You can see across the field, you've got the Crusaders ready to go. It's just, it's almost like, Jack, you want these teams to play 6 quarters rather than 4 quarters.
Oh, I know, yeah. Matt, just being up here in the press box, you can feel that excitement, here in the stands.
Without question. Stands are packed. Great to see everybody back. There's the Trojans coming onto the field. And just going back, Jack, to what we were talking about right before the national anthem, you think through the players who are now left East Central, and we haven't even talked about Moeller, who has as many, if not more, than what East Central has in playing in the post-secondary level of wherever they're at. But best of luck to all of those guys, and Luke Collinsworth at UC, and Veal and Maxwell, and all these people that are playing in the post-secondary level. That's the definition of a program.
Yeah, that's the legacy of East Central.
Absolutely.
And shows the greatness, what they've been able to achieve.
So best of luck to them. I believe my son just told me Luke Collinsworth is in the house, so he is here somewhere tonight. So we're minutes away from kickoff. You see the captains coming out, 4 and 4 on each side. And again, number 15 tonight, Josh Ringer, is out. The starting running back, who has had a fantastic, he kind of came in last year, Jack, about this time frame, about the Moeller game. He kind of came in and he just had a fantastic game, and since then he's just taken off, and that's going to be a loss for East Central tonight, and they're going to have to figure out how to take over for him.
Yeah, it is. We saw him establish himself really in middle school in his talent, and saw that he was going to be a special player. So, as we said last week, just the depth of East Central is just such a great strength. And so we're going to see, Trey Omer and Grant Ernst pick up that mantle, pick up the ball, and run with it here tonight.
Well, and this will be a test for this young sophomore quarterback, Cole Burton, underneath center tonight. When you think through that, he's came from being a freshman and kind of coming in every once in a while at the varsity level. You play a Harrison team, you play a Lawrenceburg team that both you blew out, basically. It's not going to be a blowout tonight.
No.
This is a Moeller team that's very talented, that's going to come out, and they're going to be ready to play.
Last year, Moeller was a young team. East Central put a lot of pressure on them. But now, on offense, East Central's a young team, and Burton's going to have to find a way to deal with that pressure if they're going to come out with a win tonight.
And we've talked numerous times. You can see number 48, Sophie Browndyke, coming out on the field to kick. And in games like this, Jack, kicking is key. And it's whether it's the kickoff, the PAT, the extra point, whatever that is, kicking is key in games like this.
Yes. Last week we said it was a blowout against Harrison, but they really played well, Matt, all 3 phases of the game. They're going to need that again tonight against Moeller.
So Browndyke back in the backfield here, getting ready to kick to the Crusaders to start the 2021 East Central Moeller rivalry. Kickoff comes down cleanly. East Central, there's great coverage, Jack. One thing we saw last week against Harrison, that was fantastic coverage by East Central on their special teams.
Yeah, that was, Matt. Number 6, Alec Weeder, on the return for Moeller. But like you said, great coverage. Moeller's going to start this drive around the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Crusaders.
So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Moeller, year after year, is just a fantastic program and has very skilled positions. That's a nice run up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 9. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Crusaders.
Again, that was number 6 on the carry. Alec Weeder, junior running back, 5'6".
Moeller back in the shotgun, out to the wing. And that's going to be a first down for the Crusaders. Nice job of Moeller picking up that first down.
That was number 10, Tennell Bryant. On the reception, he was tackled by Hunter Sones, number 2. Hunter, leading tackler for East Central this year.
Yeah, and Hunter Sones has really kind of came into his game, Jack, over the last year or so. He's gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger,
yes.
And that's clear on the field. First game of the year, had 14 tackles, obviously being recruited by some other schools throughout the football.
Yeah, Matt, he's definitely a rock on defense.
So there's going to be another positive yardage. It's going to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Crusaders. And this is nothing that we didn't anticipate, Jack. When you think through, we talked a lot about. Actually, it's going to be 2nd and 4. I apologize. We talked a lot about 42 points, and they're going to bring the ball down the field.
Yeah, we can see how well early Moeller has ran this ball and established themselves in the run. And I know talking to Coach Harris that these running backs are very fast for Moeller.
Moeller outside. That's going to be another first down. Pick up about 6.
That was number 10, Tennell Bryant with the ball. He was tackled by number 67 of the Trojans, Louis Gray.
And East Central's got to be careful, Jack, of just making sure that they keep contain on those. And Moeller obviously is looking to get outside. They're getting outside the tackles because of their athleticism and getting down the field.
Yeah, it's certainly big, Matt, is being able to contain that big play.
Yep.
You don't want to give up big yards.
There's Sones on the rush. Doesn't get there. Again, another dump and pitch to number 10, to Neil Bryant. A gain of about 7.
Sam Ringer, number 29, pushed Bryant out of bounds.
Moeller really kind of looking to speed that up a little bit offensively. There's Bryant again. And now what a fantastic play by East Central in number 4, Brotherton. I'm sorry, that's Cooper Hogue. Cooper Hogue with a big stick.
Matt, that was as a loss of about a yard. It's 3rd and 5. Good to see East Central's defense make a statement like that here in this drive to slow Moeller down.
Yeah, that's a big stick by Cooper Hogue, number 4.
We haven't seen Moeller go deep, but they did have almost 300 yards. It's really going to put a lot of pressure on our DBs, Matt, tonight.
This is a big play. See what Hunter Sones, number 2, right in the middle does. He's looking to blitz, gets up the middle, looking there. There's a pick! He got it! He's going to go! He's going to go for a touchdown! Trojans, no flags on the field, Jack. Number 21, Jack Rainier with the pick 6.
Huge play there, Matt, by the East Central defense. A flag is down.
Uh-oh.
Touchdown was the call, though, Matt.
Let's see what that flag is. It is a touchdown, the official says. And it's going to be a sideline warning against East Central, I believe.
I think a little too much excitement there, Matt.
Absolutely. But it's Friday night football. How can you not
how could you not be excited on a play like that?
That's exactly right. What a fantastic defensive play by Jack Rainier. Brown Dyke for the extra point. And, of course, that is up and good. With that being said, East Central is ahead 7-0. 9:24 left here in the first quarter. We'll continue with our first quarter action right back with you.
Guys, we just saw a replay there, the great interception by Jack Rainier. He ran it about 60 yards, 65 yards for a touchdown for East Central. If you're just joining us, East Central Trojans lead by a score of 7-0 over the Moeller Crusaders.
Well, and Jack, that's just a great anticipation
it is.
Of what the offense is looking to do. Is a short slant out, and Jack Rainier read that, jumped it, and he was able to go 65 yards, put the Trojans up 7-0.
Matt, what I thought was that shows the preparation that the Trojans
absolutely.
watching that film to be ready for a pass like that.
Kickoff down to about the 10. Return, he gets up to about it looks like about the 44-yard line. So a great return by Bryant, number 10. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, you could tell his speed. He was really pushed out there by 35, David Nash. But great field position here for the Crusaders to start this drive.
So Moeller will take over at the 43-yard line. 9:17 left here in the first quarter action. Handoff for the Crusaders. I'll tell you what, they have done a really nice job, Jack, of just gaining field position. 8 yards here, 6 yards here, 10 yards here. There's a 12-yard gain for the Crusaders.
Matt, there was great blocking out front by the Moeller offensive line. Charlie Houston that time on the tackle. Number 6, Weeder again on the carry for Moeller. 1st and 10, now they're in Trojan territory.
Ball sitting about the 45-yard line. There's going to be a holding call, I would assume.
Sones on the tackle there, Matt, for East Central.
Yep, and that ball over to Jordan Marshall, a 6-foot sophomore running back. And it looks like that is going to go against Moeller. I think that's a holding call. We'll see here in a second. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty.
And, Matt, I think last year that was something that really hurt Moeller, too. You know, they really were kind of undisciplined and had a lot of penalties and yards against them.
So that brings the ball back to the 44-yard line. That's going to bring up 1st and 21 for the Crusaders. 8:50 left here in the first quarter. Moeller struggling. Yep. There's another flag. Sideline warning. Ooh. That's a tough.
That is.
I mean, if the head coaches or the offensive coordinator is giving in the play, I'm not sure how that's a sideline warning, but it is what it is. So that's going to still keep it at 1st and 21, ball in the 44. 8:30 left here in first quarter action. Crusaders come up to the line. See if they try and get Bryant, number 10, back involved. Trips to the left. Hand off to number 24. Right up the middle. And good gang tackling by East Central. That'll be a pickup of about 10. I think that's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, it looks to be that way, Matt. 2nd and 11. Charlie Houston on the tackle. I think he had the initial hit there for the Trojans. But a nice pickup there by number 24, Jordan Marshall, for the Crusaders.
So Moeller clearly is trying to get the ball in the number 24's hands. Sitting in the backfield right now in a little wildcat. There's Marshall again. And great job by Hunter Sones with a stick.
Yeah, Matt, great play. They ran the same play the Crusaders did. Back up the middle, Jordan Marshall with the ball.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Crusaders. Number 24, Marshall, checks out. Which, if Marshall checking out, Jack, just seeing so far what we're seeing tonight, that's probably going to be a pass play.
Yeah, we see number 10, Bryant, split on the near side.
Bryant in motion. So
he's in motion. We'll see who he goes to.
What a great throw and route by Moeller. That's going to easily bring up a first down, probably a gain of about 15.
We've not called his name tonight, but it's number 19, Jared Merck, on the reception.
You know, you got to be impressed with the 12 quarterback. I mean, he's really handled the game well, kind of moved the team up and down the field a little bit. He did have that interception, but other than that, he's really played well.
Yeah, and he really is a good passer. Last week, Matt, he had 182 yards, 3 TDs.
What a almost right in and out of the hands of Ringer. And that's a fantastic defensive play, and really not a bad throw, just off the beat, just a hair.
Just a little bit there, Matt. Shame he couldn't reel that in.
Yep. So Ringer breaks up the play, number 29 there on the screen. Great defensive back for East Central. He has really had, we've been calling these games for a while, Jack, and his defensive ability, I guess, athleticism has really increased over the years.
Certainly. Yeah, you got a great defensive back core for the Trojans.
Fumble, I think East Central's got it. Let's see what they call. They're going to say they got it. Fumble recovery over to East Central, so the Trojans will pick up the ball on the 31-yard line.
That was David Nash, Matt, number 35 on the fumble recovery. What a play again for the Trojans.
And how many times we called his name last week? Time and time. David Nash, one heck of a defender for the Trojans.
Yeah, he's another rock on this East Central defense. Again, Matt, I think it's 10 out of 11 that are seniors.
Yep. So East Central will pick the ball up at the 31-yard line. Number 7, Cole Burton, sophomore quarterback, will lead him onto the field. There's a handoff up the middle. This is the first time we've seen the East Central offense. And, Jack, we played 6 minutes in the first quarter, and East Central's up 7-0.
Matt, I was thinking the same thing. Their first offensive play, we're halfway through the first quarter.
Yep.
That was a gain of about a yard on the last play. 2nd and 9 for East Central.
So Cole Burton back in the shotgun. Nice throw outside, wide. Nice move outside. He may have picked up one more.
Yeah, nice play there, Matt, by Eli Aston to use his speed to get around those defenders.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and about 3 for the Trojans. And Cole Burton, not only can he run, Jack, but he's got an arm on him.
Yeah, he's really a dual threat quarterback. And we saw some of that last week.
So Burton underneath center, which we didn't see much last week. Him underneath center, mostly in the shotgun. Takes a snap. There's Aston with the ball. He's going to get stopped in the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Trojans. You can see Moeller's defense is well prepared for tonight. And it looks like it's going to be a punt for the Trojans.
And if you're Coach Miners, you don't want to take a risk here so early in the game.
Well, and you're on the other side of the field, and that's not a good sight right there on the bottom of your screen. Eli Aston limping off the side of the field. That's not a good sign. Hopefully he's okay. We had an ankle injury to Josh Ringer last week. There's Sam Ringer. I'm not sure. Coaching staff saying get away from it. Wow. That's only going to be a punt of about 15 yards.
Matt, I'm not sure. It looked like he struggled to get that off.
Yep.
I don't know if that was partially blocked or not.
And Ringer's limping some.
Well, looking at their defensive line, it's a very big defensive line.
Absolutely.
So the offensive line really going to have to work hard. I know talking to Noah Hauser, he's out tonight. But even in practice, they had a few linemen banged up, including Patrick Schneider. So we'll see on offense what the O-line can do. Here's the defense for East Central.
Flag on the play. It's kind of a broken play underneath.
Handoff up the middle to number 6 of the Crusaders, Alec Weeder. Stopped at the line, Matt, there by the Trojans. Penalty against the Crusaders.
And we saw this last year, Jack. And not that they're undisciplined, but it's the discipline piece of that.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of penalties that Moeller brought last year, and we're seeing very similar of that this evening.
Yeah, Matt, last year, thinking back on it, that was one of the things that really helped East Central, give them great field position throughout the game.
East Central back in their kind of 5-2. There's a press coming. There's Bryant. Bryant picking up about 8 yards, 9 yards. That's going to bring up second and about 8 yards, second and 8.
And great job there by Hunter Soames to get in there and kind of disrupt that play.
Hunter Soames has had a really good year so far this year.
Yes, he is.
And obviously you hope that health and everything else, you just stay healthy and he continues to play. But when you're averaging 14, 13, 12 tackles a game,
that's going to wear on your body too, yes.
Handoff to the right to Marshall. Marshall's going to pick up the first down. Gain of about...
Sorry, Matt. He was tackled by number 21, Jack Vernier.
Yeah, they're going to need to know where Marshall is all night long.
Yeah, we definitely saw his speed there in the last play to gain the first down. You know, every time East Central's been in this position so far tonight, Matt, the defense has found a way to stiffen up. We'll see if they could stiffen up here again.
Yeah, it's going to fake the handoff.
A lot of time here, Matt, to throw.
Rolling out. What a great throw.
Great read.
Yep. And, Jack, that's kind of what you just said, that bend, but don't break mentality. And it's looking like they're bending more and more, and East Central's got to figure out what to do defensively.
Yeah, you saw Charlie Houston. He made the tackle. He was talking to Cooper Hogue as they walked off, kind of some communication there to hopefully toughen it up here for the Trojans.
So Moeller will line up. It's on the 9-yard line, 1st and 9 for the Crusaders. 3:26 left here in the first quarter. Hand off to Bryant. Bryant is one heck of a running back. And then there's Sam Ringer. I'll tell you what, that kid, when he reads something, he's able to find it. He's able to go get it.
Yeah, he's just like a dog out there. He just goes after that ball.
Great tackle by Sam Ringer. That's going to be a loss of about 1. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Bryant checking out.
We'll see if Moeller kind of elects maybe to go with a pass here, Matt.
Yep.
They've usually passed on 3rd down, but they've got about 4 split wide for this play.
So 4 wide receivers, tight end in motion. Rolling out to his left. They're going to see Bryant right there. Oh, down to about the 1.
That was Hogue, Matt, on the tackle.
So Cooper Hogue with a great tackle. Moeller's lining right up on the ball. We've saw this before earlier in the game. They're going to snap it, try and get East Central, and it's going to be a pitch, and it's going to be a touchdown, Crusaders. 2:29 left on the clock, and the Crusaders go up by 6, 7-6 in favor of East Central.
That was number 6, Matt, Alec Weeder. He took the ball into the end zone for the Crusaders.
And it seems like between Weeder and Bryant, that they're getting the ball.
Yeah,
they're going to get the ball every time down the field.
Those have been the workhorses so far for Moeller tonight. I think it's going to be interesting, Matt, in this next drive for East Central. How do they respond? You know, can they find a way to move the ball?
There's Weeder. East Central is not ready for that one. Weeder gets a 2-point conversion. We will show that one to you again. What a great 2-point conversion for Moeller. So with 2:29 left here in the first quarter, East Central 7, the Moeller Crusaders 8. We'll continue and be right back with you with the remainder of the first quarter.
Steve Sunoco, featuring Mega Mia Pizza, deli, for real milkshake, lottery snacks, and more. September special, 1 large 2-topping pizza and 2-liter for $9.99. At Steve's, our main focus is the experience of the customer. We hire friendly people, keep our shelves stocked, and the store clean.
Welcome back to St. Leon, Indiana. Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson at Trojan Field. East Central 7, the Moeller Crusaders 8. And what a beautiful night for football. And we're up top a little bit. We're staring down on all the cheerleaders. and the youth cheerleaders. It's just great to see all the youth out here, Jack, participating in tonight's event.
Matt, there must be close to 100 cheerleaders down there.
Kickoff down to about the 5. Ooh, nice tackle underneath. That's going to bring it out to about the 24-yard line. The Trojans will start 1st and 10.
Caleb Morgenthau on the return that time for the Trojans. It's going to be interesting to see, Matt, what the Trojans do on this first play in this series.
You know, East Central's defense has really done a nice job all night, and offense didn't even get the ball until about 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. But they've never gotten their feet underneath them, and that's not a good start. That's going to be a loss of about 1 yard for the Trojans.
Trey Omer that time, Matt, with the ball.
Yep.
Now here's a good sign if you're a Trojan fan. Here's Eli Aston coming out from the sideline.
So Cole Burton, number 7, comes into the huddle, sophomore quarterback, gives the call. Typically Cole is in the backfield in the shotgun position, which he is on this play. 4 wide receivers, Aston in motion. And that's a tough call there, Jack. You almost, if you're East Central, you need to cover that ball up. If it's a ball where that's going to be considered a fumble, you got to get over it.
Yeah, hop on it. That was number 20, Ryan Brotherton. He was the intended receiver. It's 3rd and about 11 for the Trojans.
So Burton back in shotgun. You'd think this would be a pass. 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side of the offensive line. Burton will throw it. And, oh, man, it is picked off. Yep.
Number 2, Matt, on the interception there for the Crusaders, Colin Berry.
Yeah, and that went right through the hands of Cole Wheat, I believe, number 11. And that's going to be an interception for Cole Burton. That is his first interception, I believe, Jack, this season. So with 1:41, Moeller's going to take over on the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. So we have trips on the near side here. Back in the shotgun.
Yeah, it's only the 4th turnover East Central's had so far this year.
And a fantastic tackle in the backfield by number 10 for the Trojans.
Caleb Morgenthau.
So Mercantile with a great tackle in the backfield. That's going to keep it right there at 2nd and 10. Again, 1:23 left here in the first quarter. Jack, it's kind of been a quick first quarter here.
Yeah, it has. You know, last week it seemed like that first quarter took for an hour, but this was just the opposite.
Back in the shotgun, hand off to Bryant. Bryant gets outside, runs over a defender. That's a great job by Bryant. Runs over number 21, Jack Rainier. And that's going to pick up a first down on 58.1 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, great run there by Moeller. Again, we'll see if East Central can stiffen up here.
Yep.
They had a great interception to open this game.
So again, it's back to that bend, don't break.
Yeah.
You can bend, you can get inside the 20, but you better not let them anywhere close to the end zone because Moeller knows how to score. We've seen that. Handoff in the backfield. That's a fantastic tackle by number 43 for the Trojans. That's going to be Connor Kuhn. Great tackle.
Yes.
That's going to be a gain of, it will be a gain of none. I think that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. There is a flag on the field.
Officials are kind of talking about it. Looks like it may be against Moeller.
Yeah, I think it is, Jack. I don't know if that's holding. It is going to be holding against Moeller. So that backs them up 10 yards. Brings up 1st and 20.
So again, another gift by Moeller on a miscue here for East Central.
28 seconds left here in the first quarter. Tight end in motion. Back to throw. Nice play. There's Edwards. He's going to be right inside. Yep, that's a great play call by Moeller. And really not bad defense by East Central, but a fantastic play call by East Central. And that's going to end the first quarter. 3 seconds left here. We will take a very short break, recognize some of our sponsors for the Trojan Media production crew, and we'll be back with the start of second quarter action.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, Glenn Scholl with State Farm Insurance. Let Glenn and State Farm handle all of your insurance needs, from auto, homeowners, and much more. Give Glenn Scholl a call at 812-637-3700. Thank you for Glenn and his support of Trojan Media Productions.
Welcome back to East Central High School. Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson. Start of second quarter action here in St. Leon, Indiana. Trojan Field in East Central High School. East Central falling behind 8-7 against the Moeller Crusaders. Moeller did a fantastic job of going down the field. They've really, Jack, if you look at total yards, Moeller has that game won in a heartbeat.
It's been a domination of offense by Moeller. I mean, the interception by Jack Grenier has given East Central their points and kept them in this game. But if you're East Central, you got to be a little concerned about what you're seeing, because the offense has had a tough time moving and the defense has been on the field a long time.
So Moeller with the ball, sitting about the 14-yard line. Back in the shotgun, looking to throw. Nice route by Moeller. That's going to take it down inside the 10, right at the 10-yard line. That's going to bring up about third and about 5, 3rd and 4 for Moeller. They've just done a nice job up front, Jack, of handling East Central's pressure up front.
Yeah, they have.
So that defensive 5, or the offensive 5 especially for Moeller, has done a really nice job this season.
Yeah, East Central's had trouble getting penetration into the Moeller quarterback. Merck, number 19, on the reception on the last play. He was tackled by Cooper Hogue. But, Matt, you're right. It's been tough to get through this offensive line.
Looks like kind of a broken play. East Central read it out. And a nice job by East Central. It's going to be a pickup of about 1. That'll bring up 4th down. This is a big call for Moeller.
Yes, it is.
So ball sitting on about the 6-yard line. Ball sitting on the 6. They'll bring up 4th down. 10:40 left here in the second quarter. Looks like Moeller is going to elect to go for it.
Matt, we've seen some big plays on defense already by East Central. We'll see what they have in this play.
It's going to be a handoff to Edwards, a flip pass, and he's going to at least get down to the 2. He's going to pick up a first down, and that's down all the way, I think, to the 1-yard line, Jack.
I believe you're right. He was tackled there.
I apologize, that's Jordan Marshall picking that one up. So Marshall picking up first down. It looks like it's going to be first and obviously goal, but first and about on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, about 1.5 yards to go for Moeller.
So Moeller in the shotgun position, hands off to Marshall, and he's going to go in. Yep. That's going to be a touchdown for Moeller. That'll bring that to 14-7. See if Moeller elects to kick or go for the 2-point conversion.
A lot of speed there, Matt, by Marshall, and a lot of power there, too, when he runs.
Right now, East Central's got to figure out what to do up front.
Yeah, they need to.
Up front is where they're getting killed right now, and they've got to figure out what to do there because Moeller is moving them around where they need to go. So the extra point is up, and it's going to be good. So with 9:50 left here in the second quarter, Moeller leads East Central Trojans 15-7. We will take a break and be right back with you with the remainder of the second quarter. Welcome back to East Central High School. Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors as once again the community comes through, sponsors this fantastic Trojan Media production crew. There's 3, 4, 5 high school kids a part of this, Jack, and they they're doing it during the day, during class, editing film, and then they come out on Friday nights. Yeah. Stay here till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. It's just a fantastic organization.
Yeah, we see it every week, but we really mean it gets bigger and better every week.
Absolutely. The commentary doesn't, but the production does, Jack.
There's only so much skill we got, I guess.
Yeah. I wasn't even talking about you. I was talking about me.
Well, I didn't want to bring anything up,
9:46 left here in the second quarter. East Central will now take over the football. It looks like they will take over about the 25-yard line, 26-yard line. East Central right now, Jack, has not done much offensively. They're going to have to figure this out offensively.
Yeah, they've kind of been dead in the water. This is going to be a big drive for them to see what they can do. They've had a couple drives now into basically 3 and out. So
Burton will hand off to Ernst, I believe. Ernst will get up to about maybe a 3-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 3rd. Or 2nd and 7. Burton underneath center, which obviously doesn't happen very often, as we've stated. Grain Ernst, we haven't called his name much this season, Jack.
No, he was in there last season, got a play in.
Yep.
I believe, Matt, he was hurt last year, but he's back and he's healthy. And Coach Miners likes to go with him on that last play.
He's a guy I would not want to have running at me. Big, strong kid. That's going to be a flip. A toss in the backfield. Again, you're going to pick up, there's a little extracurricular activity down there.
Yeah, Matt, that pitch was back to Omer.
So Omer will pick up about another 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Trojans. This is kind of big, Jack. You got 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. You want to be able to utilize that clock and own that clock here in the with this much time left.
This is going to be a big first down if they can pick it up here, Matt.
Burton underneath center. Checking back to the sideline. Moeller looking to press that. Back over, and he's not going to pick up the first down, Jack.
No, he may even lost a little bit there, Matt.
Yep.
That was Trey Omer again with the ball for the Trojans.
So Omer gets the ball up to about the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and 1, 4th and 2. And the last punt that Sam Ringer had was not a stellar one by any means.
No. Like I said, I'm not for sure if he shanked it or it was partially blocked, but it only went for about 15 yards.
Kind of does that soccer style, and now he gets it off, and that's a very good punt.
Good
high
punt.
in the air. Takes a Moeller bounce, but at least gets it on the other side of the 50-yard line. With that being said, 7:38 here at Trojan Field. The Crusaders 15, East Central 7. We'll be back with more second quarter action. Crusaders come back onto the field. 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line for the Moeller Crusaders. East Central still sitting in their 5-2 defense. Yeah, what a great throw, what a great route for the Crusaders. That's going to be a big first down for them. Number 18, Kurt Thompson, a 6'4" senior receiver.
And that was number 21, Matt, Jack Rainier, on the tackle. Big gain, about a 20-yard gain there for Moeller. And if you're East Central, that's what you've got to limit.
Yeah,
you don't want them to get those kind of yards through the air and let Moeller get rolling. Again, they've got 3 wide, Moeller has.
So Moeller looking to try and get them off sides. Non-successful, hands off. I'll tell you what, that number 6, Weeder, he's a 5'6", 165-pound running back. If he's 165 pounds, I might be 100 pounds. Because that kid, I tell you, he is as slippery can come, Jack.
Yeah,
he's a heck of a running back.
He's a great running back, very fast, Matt. And I tell you what's really impressive about their offensive line is just how well they seal the end when he's ready to run on that sweep.
And we talked about the importance of East Central's got to figure out how to own that offensive and defensive line, and right now they haven't been able to do that.
Got to find some way, Matt, to be able to disrupt that.
So we have a stoppage in play.
Again, Matt, another penalty.
Penalty on Moeller. That's going to back them up 5 yards. So that ball now goes back to the 39, and it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think, Matt, they've had a penalty or 2 on every drive so far.
I think they have. We saw the same stuff last year. Back in the shotgun, looking to throw.
Right over the middle there, Matt.
Yep, that's going to be 84, Joshua Cactus.
Mergenthal with the tackle, but the Crusaders pick up another first down. They're inside the 30.
I mean, we talked about it briefly in the first quarter, but Jack, the yardage that Moeller has offensively compared to what East Central has right now, East Central's lucky it's only 15-7.
Yeah, it really is. And if you're East Central, obviously you don't want this game to get any wider with the deficit. Moeller calls a timeout. They'll head to the sideline.
So Moeller call a timeout. We also will take a timeout here with 5:37 left in the second quarter. We'll be back with you here at East Central High School.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to East Central High School. Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson. 5:37 left here in the second quarter. The Moeller Crusaders 15, the East Central Trojans 7. East Central has been stalled all night offensively. 7 points coming off of the defense. Back in the shotgun.
Again, that line just doing such a great job. Matt, that pass is broken up there by Jack Rainier.
Well, and Jack, I think part of that is as you think through that, you know, that offensive line, they're not putting pressure, or our defensive line's not putting pressure on that quarterback. So he's able to sit, and all that does is put a lot of pressure on the defensive backs.
Matt, you're absolutely right. The quarterback for the Crusaders, Gesselbrock, he's got all day to throw.
So Gesselbrock still sitting in the shotgun. Looking to throw again. And that's a great, I'll tell you what, there's going to be a holding call, and that's going to bring this back. But Gesselbrock is one heck of a quarterback.
Yeah,
that kid, the way he just moves, the way he throws, it's just nonchalant the whole time.
Yeah, he's so cool in that pocket, and a great pass to number 18 of the Crusaders. That was Kurt Thompson, but he's going to get called back on this penalty. But
it's again, the Crusaders having those penalties.
Yeah.
That's what's holding them back right now.
Yeah.
And, I mean, They could easily be up 2 touchdowns against the Trojans.
Yeah, they could, Matt. I was thinking the same thing. It's really helping East Central stay in this game so far tonight.
Yep. So the Crusaders back it up. It's going ball on the 43-yard line. Back in the shotgun position, 2nd 24 for the Crusaders. Motion to the left, and there's going to be another penalty on Moeller. Look at that.
Dump down pass there to Marshall. He picks up almost 25 yards.
Yeah, and I think that's going to get called back.
I think you're right.
I think there's a legal motion. There was a legal motion for the Crusaders. That's going to back them up.
That play wasn't going to go anywhere. It was almost a free play there, but it's going to get called back, as you said.
So that's going to back them up another 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 29 for the Crusaders. You know, that's what's kind of saving the Trojans right now.
Yeah, it really is.
Are the penalties, because if they didn't have those penalties, it could be a different ballgame right now.
I totally agree. Now, if you're East Central's defense, you've got some room here to maneuver. Your back's not pushed so much against the wall, and it is 2nd down. Let's see if they can get a stop here, Matt.
Back to throw. Over to the far right. And East Central does a nice job. Number 4 for the Trojans on the tackle is going to be Cooper Hogue. Pushes him out. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 20.
Jared Merck, number 19, on the reception for the Crusaders.
So bring up 3rd and 21 here with 4:35 left in the 2nd quarter.
You know, we've talked about it before. We'll see if East Central can hold it. Let's see if they can bend and not break.
Back in the shotgun, looking to throw. Downfield. What a great throw and a great catch by the Crusaders. That ball's going to be caught by, I think, number 18. That's Kurt Thompson. That's the 2nd time we've called his name tonight. So that's going to bring up 4th and about 2. So 18-yard gain for the Crusaders. Back it, flips over to Weeder. I think East Central may hold him. I think they got it. Yep. I see that ref shaking the head. That's a huge stop, Jack, for the East Central Trojans. A big one.
Matt, that is. I saw Jake Blake come up out of that pile. I remember when he was in middle school, he's a defensive animal. So, yeah, a big stop here for the Trojans.
And and Jack, you start, it's 4:04 left here in the 2nd quarter before halftime. East Central has struggled to move the ball anywhere offensively. They've got to keep that in the back of their mind, saying we've got to do clock management here for the last 4 minutes. If you give that Moeller offense any more opportunities, they're going to score.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I've always thought in these big games, no matter what, East Central has found a way to move the ball, something different, something new.
So handoff to Ryan Brotherton. He's going to pick up maybe 1. That doesn't look like he's going to pick up 1. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. But again, conscientious of the clock. The clock continues to run if you're a Trojan fan.
Yeah, that was just such a huge stop there again by the Trojan defense, being able to keep the deficit where it is, keep the game close.
Back to Burton out wide. There's Brotherton. He's going to pick up about 3. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Trojans. They've kind of moved Ryan Brotherton around a little bit this week, try and get him a few more touches, especially now that Ringer's out. He's just the next athlete up, and he's able to play kind of that versatile position between, receiver and running back and slot and whatever that could be.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt got such a unique skill set. He can play so many different positions.
So trips to the right. There's Burton out wide. I think that's going to be completed.
Yeah, Matt, that was Nate Busing on the reception.
Yep.
He was tackled by number 22, Jacob Petticord.
So we just talked about clock management. 2:48 is still on the clock, and they're going to punt. East Central's going to punt back to Moeller, and that's not what you want if you're a Trojan fan.
No, a lot of time left on this clock here in the first half.
So Ringer back in the punt formation. I would assume he's going to do his soccer kick. Ooh, straight up in the air. That's tough.
That's going to give Moeller great field position.
So that's going to be out of bounds at about the 40. It looks like he's marking that about the 43, 44-yard line for Moeller. And Moeller comes back out with their offense. 2:42 left here in the second quarter.
And Matt, if you're East Central's defense, I think you got to worry about some fatigue factor now because you've been on that field a long time here in the first half.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You think through the 3 and outs and 3 and outs and 3 and outs.
Yes.
And that wears on a defense for sure quickly. So East Central comes back out. Moeller comes back out. The Crusaders ahead of the Trojans, 15-7, 2:42 left here in the second quarter. Shotgun. Moves to the right. What a great throw. And smart, sorry, Jack, but intelligently gets out of bounds. The ball goes to Tennille Bryant. And Brian understands that the 1 or 2 yards he could get upfield and the clock still running isn't as important as getting out of bounds.
Oh, I know, saving that clock. But we've just seen time and again just great throws from Gesselbrock here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moeller's going to go 3 wide in this set.
So Gesselbrock back in the shotgun, hands off. And that'll be straight up the middle. Looks like it'll be a pickup of about 2. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4, I believe.
Ryan Bovard, number 56, on the tackle that time for the Trojans. Another big 3rd down play here, Matt.
2 minutes and 16 seconds left, 3rd and 4.
One good thing for East Central, clock continues to roll.
Yep. So as that clock's rolling, Gesselbrock in the backfield, in the shotgun. Looking to throw, right up the middle. What a great play. That's a fantastic play called by the Moeller Crusaders. That's going to be Cactus up the middle. That's going to bring up a 1st down.
Yeah, great throw over the middle to the tight end, number 24 for the Trojans, Charlie Houston on the tackle. Crusaders keep moving the ball.
1:38 left here in the second quarter. Crusaders ball sitting about the 22-yard line. Back in the shotgun, handoff to Weeder. Oh, look at it. What a great move by there. That's going to pick up another 1st down for the Crusaders.
And again, great blocking by Moeller's offensive line. Just set that up perfectly.
They're winning it up front right now.
Yeah, they're winning that battle of the trenches tonight, Matt. Number 67, Louis Gray on the tackle.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10, ball sitting on the 12-yard line. So obviously the Crusaders can get a 1st down. They can get down to the 2. Back in the shotgun, looks like a fumble. Picks it up, and that's a break that East Central needed, Jack. That's going to move that ball back to about the 19-yard line. Again, 47 seconds. Time is on your side, I guess you could say. It looks like there's going to be a timeout. So 39.9 seconds left here in the second quarter. East Central 7, the Crusaders of Moeller 15. In the second quarter, we also take a short timeout and give you the second rest action here in the second quarter.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Online, over the phone, or in person.
Welcome back to East Central High School. 39.9 seconds left here in the second quarter. Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson here at Trojan Field in St. Leon, Indiana. This will be huge, Jack. If you can go into halftime, you're East Central, and you're down 15-7, you're okay.
Yeah.
If the Crusaders score, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We'll see what happens.
Back to throw, right down the middle. Another great throw underneath. That's going to be a pickup, and it looks like it's going to be about 13 yards before the first down. That's going to be 3rd and 13.
Merck on the reception, number 19 for the Crusaders. Quick snap here.
Out. Yep, just a little too far. That stops the clock, though. It's 16 seconds.
Pass was intended that time, Matt, for 84. Joshua Caddis, their tight end.
And the key with that, Jack, is it brings up 4th down.
Yeah.
So the Crusaders have to go back, and they're going to have to get in field goal formation.
This is a small victory of sorts, Matt, for that East Central defense here. They got some stops there when they needed them.
So East Central comes up with a big stop. Even if the Crusaders kick this through, ball down, kick up, kick is good. Even with that, you're right, Jack. That's 18-7 going into halftime. That's a heck of a lot better than the touchdown on the board.
Yeah, Matt, that is.
So East Central will go ahead and return the kickoff. Down 18-7 from Moeller. 12.4 left here at Trojan Field.
But, Matt, that's going to give them a little space, East Central, going to halftime, regroup a little bit, come up with a game plan here for this second half, and see what they can put together, offensively and hopefully defensively, too, to get some more pressure on Gesselbrock, not give him so much time back there for those throws, and see if they could get some more pressure in there on the running backs, too.
I think they got to really nail down, Jack, what they're doing up front.
Yeah, they do.
Between that defense and offensive line, they've got to figure out what they're doing and make those adjustments. And every game we've called that Coach Miners has coached, there's always adjustments made at halftime, and they come out looking different. So stay tuned. It should be one heck of a second half. Again, we have 14.4 left here in the second quarter. I'm sorry, 12.4 left here in the second quarter. Moeller will kick off to the Trojans. East Central down 18-7 against Moeller. Fielded cleanly by East Central. Looks like they're get it up to about the 24-yard line. That's Brotherton. He's a good-looking athlete.
He is.
He's got some length to him. This sophomore group, we've talked numerous times that there's some stuff coming, I think, with that sophomore group. And obviously Brotherton's a part of that. Burton's a part of that. Ringer's a part of that.
Yeah, Matt, obviously they've had trouble moving the ball tonight, but there's a great athletic offensive core that they've gotten that sophomore group here for the next couple years.
So East Central it looks like lining up just to kneel the ball. Burton will take the snap, and he will kneel, and that'll take us to the end of the second quarter. At halftime, the East Central Trojans 7, the Moeller Crusaders 18. We will take a few-minute break, and we're going to come back with a first-half wrap-up, and then we'll be back with third-quarter action here in St. Leon, Indiana, and Trojan Field.
Thank you all for your warm welcome, and we hope you enjoy the show. Drum majors, Maddie J. Weller, Jasmine Muffley, is the band ready? East Central High School, you're going to take the field for the competition. Under the direction of Andrew Sargent, Moeller Crusaders, East Central Marching Trojans. Ladies and gentlemen, update. East Central as alumni has raised $4,300 to Turkey Reinhardt. Moeller Crusaders have raised $2,000. Thank you so much, Moeller and East Central. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a silver, silver Honda Civic from Ohio. Ohio plate JAE 3173. We need you to move immediately. Once again, Ohio plate JAE 3173. Silver Honda Civic. We need you to move immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, get yours. Ticket tag. For $1,000.
Welcome back to East Central High School. 3 minutes on the clock, 18-7 in favor of the visiting Moeller Crusaders over the East Central Trojans. Jack, we talked off air. It's so vital and important that East Central made some adjustments there at halftime, and that offensive defensive line, they're going to have to figure that out because right now it's not working.
Yeah, you know that for Moeller on offensive line, they've got all day long for Gesselbrock to throw. They can't get any pressure on him. They got to find a way, and they're really good at sealing whichever way they want to run, sealing that defensive line and give them tons of room to sweep around that side.
Well, and really, East Central, they haven't made many errors, per se, turnovers, but they just can't move it.
They can't.
If it starts at the 20, they're getting to about the 24, 25, and then it stalls out. So Burton and that offense have got to figure that out. You would think they did that at halftime just to try and see if they can put something else in, see if Ryan Brotherton tries to get involved a little bit more here in the third quarter. They're just stalling out right now a little bit.
Yeah, they've got to find a way because we mentioned this at the end of the first half, just the amount of time the defense has been on the field. They've really not done a bad job, all things considered, in the time they've been on the field. But they've got to be able, obviously, to move this ball to get back in the game, give the defense a break, but get some positive momentum going because so far, man, they've just been dead in the water.
Yeah, and that positive momentum is going to be key, especially here in the third quarter. East Central will receive the football, but you know, that first drive, not that you shut down after that first drive, but that's a situation where if you can get that first drive, you can get rolling a little bit, even if you have to punt at the end, but you can get some positive yardage. That's going to be key.
Yeah, you got to make some sort of statement here coming out of this halftime and show what kind of adjustments you've made to just at least get something that you can build off of here in the third quarter.
So again, East Central down 18-7 here at half against the Moeller Crusaders. We talked earlier in the broadcast just how you just look across the field, you look down to the field. I mean, you could go to some small colleges and not see the amount of players and some of the athleticism that's out on this field.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody coming up here from halftime, and they were talking about just, you know, almost like two college programs, just what we said, just not only the players, just the facilities. You know, here that we have at some in Dearborn schools.
Yeah, absolutely. So East Central gathering together. 32 seconds left here before we start the third quarter of this. This is the third week of football, Jack. I about said second week of football. This is week 3 already.
Time flies.
I'll tell you what.
It's hard to believe.
It is. So week 3 for the Trojans. I believe this is week 2 for Moeller. I'm pretty sure.
This would be week 3 for them too.
Week
they
3
come
as
in
well?
2-0. Yeah, as well.
So we've got some different cameras here tonight, and we're going to kind of display those off. Once again, it's a fantastic job of the Trojan Media production crew. And Jack, you see a lot of red, white, and blue for a somber reason right now.
Yes.
And a support reason. I'll turn it to you.
Yes. Trojan fans, you see the student section. Their theme tonight was red, white, and blue in honor of Kelsey Leanhart, who was a Marine from East Central High School, graduated there in 2019. She was wounded in action. She's there at Walter Reed Medical Center, and they're selling T-shirts in honor of her to help raise money, and I know there's a GoFundMe page too, you know, to help raise money. So just a very worthy cause for a true American hero.
Well, and you're exactly right. When you think through the stuff that everybody's going through with the pandemic and everything else, and then for our student section and East Central High School kids to step up and say, you know what, now's the time to honor her. Whether you know or not, now's the time.
Yeah.
And it's great to see that red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Well, Matt, as you know, you hear the term hero and this and that thrown around a lot, but she's a true American hero.
It's 100% correct. So prayers for her, and you drive past Skyline, drive past some of these other local places, and you see her name kind of displayed, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So prayers are with her, and hope her family is doing well. But the support here of East Central students are with her.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
So East Central takes over, 1st and 10.
All right, a little good cut there.
Yep. And Jack, you probably can't ask for a better play coming out of halftime. That's going to be a 2nd and 2 situation for the Trojans. But it's not about plays, it's about possessions, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you continue to move that ball, continue to move it, control the clock.
You're absolutely right. You got to string some things together here if you're East Central. Nice run there by Trey Omer. And good blocking out front by the offensive line.
Absolutely. So fake to Omer, right up the middle. That's going to be a gain of maybe 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Trojans.
Little misdirection play there. That was Eli Aston, number 1 with the ball. They went to him before in the first half on a similar play.
So East Central, Cole Burton underneath center. Don't see that very often. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle to Ernst. And he's going to pick up not only the first down, but quite a few yards. And he's going to continue to keep that ball rolling.
Yeah, nice run there, Matt, by Grant Ernst. That's just what East Central needed right there. They get it now in Crusader territory.
So that's going to bring up 1st and 10. Ball sitting on about the 46-yard line. We talked earlier, Jack, about the importance in youth night, and I think there were probably 100 kids out there.
No doubt about it.
Between cheerleaders and players. Hand off to Omer. And he might pick up 1, but that was so cool to see the elementary kids, and selfishly, I got one that plays in the league, and he's out there seeing the varsity players, and that's how you build a program that has 107 kids dressed on Friday night.
Well, it's just the tradition of East Central.
Yeah.
You see what's coming, and it, like you said, it's so good for those young kids to come tonight, see the varsity players out there in action, and see what they're going to be one a day.
So Burton under center again. It's going to be a counter. That's Brotherton with the ball. Brotherton's going to go. I think Brotherton's going to get it. And he is. I'll tell you what, that is what we just talked about, the huge play. That's going to be 18-13 in favor of the Crusaders, but what a fantastic call by the offense of East Central High School.
Yeah, Matt, that was a shot right in the arm for the East Central offense.
Yep. I'll tell you what, I've seen Brotherton play in other sports, but I didn't realize he was that fast. He took off.
Yeah, he's just a freak athlete.
So with 9:38, East Central scores. Brown Dyke for the extra point, and the extra point's going to be good as well. That's going to make it 18-14 in favor of the Crusaders. So with the first drive in the third quarter, East Central comes out and scores. We're going to take a short break and come back with more third quarter action here at East Central High School. We're back at East Central High School. There's a great replay of the touchdown by Ryan Brotherton. We talked earlier in the game, Jack, about they moved Reiner a little bit around this week.
Yeah.
You got Josh Ringer hurt. Ryan is able to move around just because, as you said, he's a freak athlete, and just a fantastic run by him. That's going to put the Trojans down by 4, 18-14. 9:38 left here in quarter three at Trojan Field. It's back to a ball game.
Yeah, it really is. Like we said, just what the doctor ordered there for East Central. Ryan, he could do so many things, so it's going to be interesting. We talk about the adjustments. they would make at halftime. We're going to see, Matt, if they stick with Ryan Brotherton and plays like that going forward.
So East Central looking to kick off. Sophie Brown-Dyke, one of the fantastic kickers of East Central and one of the fantastic kickers of the Brown-Dyke family, to be quite honest.
Yeah, you don't get any better than kickers like Sophie. Nice coverage there by East Central. Number 19 for the Crusaders on the return. Jared Merck. Crusaders will start this drive around the 28-yard line. And Matt, it's going to be interesting to see if that breathes some life into the East Central defense here as Moeller gets set for this next offensive play.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, going down the schedule, Jack, we can talk about this in the fourth quarter, but going down the schedule, this is going to by far be the hardest team that East Central is going to have on their roster for a little bit of time.
Yes. Well, if East Central is going to make a run, Matt, the playoffs, they're going to have to beat a team like Moeller. It may be in the form of Roncalli, but they're going to see this caliber of team again.
Well, you bring up Roncalli. They play Roncalli on October 15th. That'll be at Roncalli. Right before that, they play Guerin Catholic, and then they've got some EIC games against Franklin County, Batesville, South Dearborn, and Connorsville. So we're talking a week, 2 weeks from now, we're going to be halfway through the season.
Yeah. Well, like we said, it's hard to believe, Matt, this is already the third game.
Well, that's a fantastic stand by the East Central defense. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. And we haven't had many 3rd and 8s, Jack, tonight with the Moeller offense and the way that they run the football.
And that was a great stop, like you said. That was Jordan Marshall, with the ball. And he's really gashed the East Central defense several times tonight. That's a great sign here.
This, you got the ball at the start of the third quarter. You go down and score. If you need a 3 and out right here, that's huge if you're a Trojan fan.
Matt, absolutely right.
East Central sticking with their 5-3 defense. Ball out wide, and he's going to get it. They're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him. I'm not so sure about that spot. But
I don't think so.
I think they gifted him about a yard, Matt.
Yeah, I agree. And that yard's huge. That's going to pick up that 1st and 10.
Because he really cradled that ball. He didn't extend his arm out to gain any extra yards.
So that ball's right at the 40-yard line. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Trojan, for the Crusaders. Back in the shotgun, looking to throw. There's that defensive pressure. Oh my goodness sakes, alive. That's a fantastic pass, and what a great catch by the Crusaders.
That was Jared Merck, number 19, on the reception.
And we've called his name a few times tonight, Jack. Yes. What a fantastic job by Merck of just keeping his composure underneath. That's good defense. You know, at the end of the day, that's not bad defense.
No, not horrible coverage. But if you're East Central's defense, you're going to have to pick yourself up now.
Yep.
And keep playing hard. You got some pressure against Gesselbrock in that last play. You got to keep it coming.
I've been thoroughly impressed with Gesselbrock tonight. There's a screen play underneath. He's trying to get outside. He does get outside. He's not going to pick up the 1st down, but Weeder is able to get outside the end and the cornerback. But it's one more example, Jack, of somebody of Weeder being able to get outside and the defensive ends and the cornerback not able to get him.
Yeah, he just kind of was forced to dance out of bounds there. Looks like Sam Ringer may be a little shaken up on that last play.
Ringer was kind of limping around there in that first half as well.
But, Matt, it's about 2nd and 3 here for Moeller.
Gesselbrock back in the shotgun position, looking to throw. Right down the middle. There it is. And it's going to be a touchdown. Yep, there's going to be a touchdown for Moeller. That's Tennell Bryant. Number 10, we've called his name multiple times tonight, Jack.
And go ahead, Matt.
He's able just to get right inside there, find the opening.
Yeah.
Gesselbrock gets him a great pass, and he gets an end zone.
When he lined up, Matt, in the slot, I thought they better watch him. And sure enough, they went to him. He was open, in for a score for the Crusaders.
So Moeller will look to to go ahead here with one more point on the extra point. Sitting at 24-14. Extra point is up, and it's going to be good for the Moeller Crusaders. That's going to take the score to 25-14 in favor of the visiting Moeller Crusaders. 7:09 left here in the third quarter. We're going to take a break as East Central regroups and gets back out ready to receive the football. Welcome back to East Central High School. Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson. The Crusader East Central comes out of the third quarter with a Ryan Brotherton score down the field, and Moeller comes back and answers. That's 25-14 in favor of the visiting Moeller Crusaders. 2-0 coming into tonight's game, and obviously East Central 2-0 as well in tonight, as of tonight, beating Lawrenceburg 34-6. And beating Harrison last weekend 42-0. East Central back looking for the return. Ball down about the 10. I'll tell you what, Jack, that's beezing. That's fantastic defense and coverage by the Moeller Crusaders.
Matt, you're exactly right. Number 5 on the tackle there, Jack Sellers. He pushed Nate Busing back.
So, Jack, this is a good opportunity to make sure we're seeing a flag there. This is a great opportunity just to explain to the viewing staff there are a lot of games out there that our Trojan Media Production does. Upcoming events are the boys tennis team on Wednesday against Lawrenceburg. Boys tennis against Columbus East on Wednesday. And just basically check out the Trojan Media Production crew on a daily basis because they're everywhere, Jack.
Well, I was going to say every night, if you look at their YouTube page, there's almost every night some event going on. I think last night it was boys soccer.
Yep.
And it's always just top quality from Trojan Media Productions.
So thank you to Kevin Leach, Spencer Powell, and all of their crew for everything they do to bring you games like tonight.
Eli Aston, Matt, that time with the ball.
Yep.
Looks like we got an injured player here, Matt, for the Crusaders, number 58.
So we're going to see the trainers run on the field. That's another support staff, Jack, that we have the luxury of having at all of our games with athletic trainers. You look over, you see the ambulance, you look over, you see police officers, and just the support that the community has for the Trojan program. So
looks
nice.
Like he can get up off his own power. That's good to see. But yes, Matt, you're right. We're fortunate, just total community support. Every level, every facet.
So great shot of Coach Miners and the offense there, trying to nail things down here, giving them good encouragement. I believe Coach Miners has taken over calling the offense, so he's the offense coordinator as well this year. So East Central, Cole Burton underneath center. Burton sweeps to the left. And they just, Jack, that's Ryan Brotherton. They're struggling right now to get the ball to move a little bit. They had a breakout play with Brotherton down the side for the touchdown. But it's a grind, and they got to keep with it. If they continue to move that ball, take care of the clock, they're going to be okay.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. Now, on that last drive that they scored on, they did get some separation, some movement from the line. That's what they need to build on here in this drive as well.
Burton back in the shotgun, looking downfield. He's got Brotherton and
Matt just way over his head there.
Yep.
Well covered by Lamont Cox for Moeller.
So that's going to bring up 4th and 8 for the Trojans. East Central obviously will be punting in this situation.
Kind of not what you want to see after you're able to score in that last drive, Matt, hoping to build on something there and not able to do it in this last drive.
That's not Ringer in the backfield. Oh, almost over his head. Oh, he's going to down it, down at the 1 yard line. Bad snap by the Trojans. That's going to give Moeller about as good field position as you possibly can have here with 5:55 left in the.
Yeah, just a tough situation there, Matt, for East Central.
So East Central brings their defense back out. And kind of, Jack, as we talked about, we're seeing a lot. I mean, if you're a defensive player, you're getting some playing time tonight.
Yeah, you are. A lot of minutes out there for the defense. They're backed up against the wall now.
So ball sitting about the 1 yard line. Moeller coming out with a different quarterback, kind of a wildcat position, and he's going to run it. And great defense by the Trojans. That's number 43 for East Central. It's going to be Connor Kuhn with a great defensive stop. That's going to push them back to about the 5 yard line. And, Jack, what that does is that gives your linebackers a little bit more flexibility and room.
Yeah.
If you can get them within that 5 yard range.
Yeah, a little bit more room to maneuver. 4 yard loss on that last play. You know, East Central's defense, and Kuhn was all over it.
Play clock is down to 6. See if, they're going to call timeout. So Moeller's going to call timeout here at Trojan Field. 5:14 left here in the third quarter. We also will take a timeout, and we'll be back with more third quarter action.
Steve Sunoco featuring Make a Mia Pizza, deli, for real milkshake, lottery snacks, and more. September special, 1 large 2-topping pizza and 2-liter for $9.99. At Steve's, our main focus is the experience of the customer. We hire friendly people, keep our shelves stocked, and the store clean.
We're back at East Central High School. Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson. You just saw the advertisement by Steve Sunoco. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors for everything they do and the support that they give our schools. Trojan Media Production, obviously, but the support that we receive on a daily basis, Jack, is phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is.
Under pressure, and there's pressure. That's what East Central needs to do a little bit more of tonight, obviously, and that's big pressure for East Central, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Matt, that is, and the pass was intended for their tight end. We've seen them go to him several times tonight for some big plays, but they just didn't connect.
Yep. So good job by the Trojans. We talked about before the second quarter ended.
Yeah.
The importance of getting a stop.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a stop? Here's a stop. 4th and 3.
They've been on that field a long time.
The blitz is coming up the middle. Rolling out, and he got in.
Yeah, I think, Matt, you're right. He got the edge of that ball across that goal line.
Yep. So that's going to be a touchdown for Moeller, 31-14. It's a great play called by Moeller Crusaders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great play there. Bryant got it in. Several big plays by him tonight for Moeller.
So the PAT extra point here will be attempted to make that a 32-14 game. Extra point is up and good. With that, Moeller ahead 32-14 against the East Central Trojans. As the Trojans regroup, we'll also take a break and come back with 5:06 left here in the third quarter. Welcome back to East Central High School. Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson. 5:06 left here in the third quarter. Moeller ahead, 32-14.
Nice shot there, Matt, of the student section. Again, it's a red, white, and blue night in honor of Kelsey Lanehart, who was wounded in the terrorist attack in Kabul. They're showing their colors in support of her. I know Split the Pot going for her tonight, Matt, and they've got a T-shirt sale, GoFundMe, to help support her in some of her expenses.
It's a great thing that the high school is doing.
Yeah.
Kickoff down to Beasing. Beasing running hard.
Yeah,
it's a gang tackle. Yep, right there. It's going to get it up to about the 33-yard line for the Trojans. Good field position for East Central.
Yeah, they answered coming out of halftime. That second drive wasn't as good, but let's see who they go to here. If they can get something established, they go back through Brotherton.
Yep.
He scored their touchdown at the start of this quarter.
Burton will be back out there, back in the shotgun position, number 7. Brotherton over here on the near side, number 20. Handoff right up the middle. And just Moeller is winning that up front all night long, Jack.
Yeah, they are. You know, you saw in that last play, Omer had the ball. As soon as he got there at the line, number 97 for the Crusaders was able to wrap him up, take him down.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Trojans.
East Central's got 3 split wide.
Ball right up the center again. East Central's really struggling right now of winning that up front, and then those plays right up front in the middle. It seems like there's somebody unblocked at all.
Yeah, there is.
Times.
They're having trouble opening up some holes in the defensive line for Moeller, so they struggle to get any yards.
Burton back in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers.
And Burton can pass, Matt. We'll see if he can connect here.
Oh, that's going to be a fumble, and Moeller's going to get it. Yep.
Matt, I'm not sure what was the play there. It looked like he was trying to hand it off almost.
Yeah, I think it was a quarterback draw is almost what it was, and there was some miscommunication there. We're just not seeing the East Central team that we've seen the last 2 weeks, for sure, obviously. But even before that, we're just not seeing the same East Central team tonight.
No. They've really struggled, like we said, all night up front. They've not really been the rhythm offensively. Yep. They've struggled to kind of find their footing there.
So Moeller will take over on the 33-yard line, ahead 32-14 in favor of Moeller. 3:47 left. Back to throw. Ooh, that might be the worst throw I've seen him have, but that's not saying much because he's one heck of a quarterback.
Yeah, he is. That was intended for Tennell Bryant. And we could see, Matt, last week they had 416 yards of total offense, Crusaders did. And tonight we can see why, with what they've been able to do against East Central's defense.
Well, and Gesselbrock, he sees the field so well. He's an experienced quarterback that knows what he's doing, and he definitely leads the charge out there for the Crusaders. Gesselbrock back to throw, hits it right outside, and that's going to be enough for a first down. That's going to be a tackle by number 21, Jack Rainier.
And there's Merck again, Matt, number 19 on the reception.
And once again, Moeller has their penalties. I'm not sure how many that's been tonight, Jack, but it's been quite a few.
Yeah. I think I mentioned last half, it seemed like they've had at least 1 or 2 almost every drive.
Yeah.
And it's really kept the score as close as it has.
Absolutely, yes. And even with that said, Jack, it's still 32-14, you know. It could be a heck of a lot worse. So let's see if East Central can win the battle up front. Jumps off sides. That's going to be an East Central. We don't see many penalties against East Central, offensively or defensively, and that's going to be a penalty against East Central.
That's only their second tonight. They give those 5 yards right back.
So 3:36 left here in the third quarter.
Three wide here for Moeller.
Back to throw. Down the middle of the field. Ooh, that's the second. He was open.
Yeah.
And quarterback just kind of missed him there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Pass, Matt, just a little too high. Kurt Thompson, the intended receiver. Now it's 3rd and 10. But every pass you see from Gesselbrock, man, is just a tight spiral, almost like a laser.
Yep.
I mean, you don't see any lame ducks.
I think you and I could probably throw that with the line he's got.
Oh, I know.
Goodness sakes.
Well, it's just both sides of the ball, Matt, just the physicality of Moeller tonight.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I think that's what East Central struggled against. They've not seen that from Lawrenceburg or Harrison, the type of strength and physicality. Here we go, Matt. A sack.
There's going to be a sack
by East Central. Number 14 for East Central.
I think it's 54, Jack.
54. Thanks, Matt. That's going to be Jake Blake.
So Blake comes up the middle on a blitz. Does a fantastic job. So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Crusaders, 4th and 20. Looks like for the first time this evening, I think, that Moeller's going to have to punt. Punt is off. Gets it down inside the 10 and takes a great bounce.
Yes.
Goodness sakes alive. That's going to be down to about the second, probably is that inside the 5? That is.
Yes.
That's inside the 5-yard line, Jack.
Yeah, it looks like, Matt, that ball's going to be on the 2nd-yard line.
Yep. 2nd or 3rd-yard line for the Trojans. Not good field position for East Central here with 2:37 left in the third quarter.
They've got a long way to go, and you got to be a little concerned with how they move the ball. You know, with the field position they've got, you don't want to give it right back. It's going to give Moeller great field position.
So Burton back in the shotgun. Looking to throw. He's looking downfield. And overthrown again. And it looks like somebody's hurt.
Yep, at East Central player is down.
So I'm not sure. We don't have a number on that one. Might be Ryan Brotherton down. He's up on his feet. That's a good sign.
Yeah, Matt, if there's good news, that's it.
Yep.
Looked like he was struggling to get his helmet off. I'm not exactly sure, of course, what happened.
So Brotherton on his own feet, walking off the field. East Central can't afford any more injuries on their skill positions, Jack.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, they've lost Josh Ringer, Carson Kelling's out. And, you know, we even saw, like, Sam Ringer and Eli Aston a little banged up tonight as well.
So there's Brotherton jogging off the field. That's a good sign for the Trojans. He'll get looked at. Burton now underneath center. Burton tosses out right up the middle. I don't think that's going to be a gain of anything.
No, and just again, no holes there for Omer to run through. Here we got a flag.
So we have another flag down on the field. It looks like it's going to go against East Central, I believe. It'd be half the distance to where the ball is, so you're only losing about 1.5 yards. Yeah, I've never understood this. Whoever threw the flag knows what the call is. I don't know why you have to convene all the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the conference is about either.
So it's a dead ball personal foul against Moeller. That's going to be 15 yards and an automatic first down. It's going to be offsetting penalties.
Offsetting penalties there, Matt. A little extracurricular going on
between both. Obviously, we don't get numbers. We don't know exactly who that was on either side. So that's going to replay third down. That's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Trojans.
Burton brings in the call here from the sideline. You know, if anything, Matt, you want to pick up some yards here. Give your punter some room if you can't pick up the first down.
Exactly. Yeah, field position is going to be key. Burton back to throw. Looking down the middle. He's got somebody. Almost. That ball was intended for Eli Aston.
Yeah, just a little bit high, Matt, and out of reach for Eli.
Well, and probably Eli did the right thing just by knocking it down.
Knocking it down.
Just because that safety was right there overlooking it. So East Central will punt. This is one of those situations you got to be careful because you don't want to, step on that back end and get a safety.
Yeah.
So you step on the white line.
And it looks like David Nash again back to punt.
Yep. So Nash gets it off.
Really a nice punt there, Matt, by Nash.
So that's going to be down right at the 30-yard line for the Moeller Crusaders. So with 2:07 left here in the third quarter, we will take a 30-second break and be right back with you. (32-14). The Moeller Crusaders handoff. Get about a 3-yard gain. Moeller ahead of the Trojans 32-14. 1:50 left here in the third quarter. East Central just a struggle to move the ball offensively this evening.
That was number 24, Jordan Marshall on the run. He was tackled by Caleb Mergenthal. 2nd and 7, Crusaders. Yeah, Matt, the Crusaders just been very impressive up front.
Yep.
That's really set the table for him. Here's a pitch. And he is very quick. That's number 6, Alex Weeder.
Yep. Weeder's had one heck of a football game this evening. And there's another penalty. It's going to be holding, I believe.
Yeah, we've seen this again and again tonight from the Crusaders.
Yep. So there's holding again against Moeller. So that's going to back them up 10 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and about 11. 2nd and 11 for the Crusaders. 32-14 here. 1:16 left in the third quarter.
4 split wide for Moeller.
Back in a shotgun.
And he's going to go up the middle, Matt. That's Gesselbrock.
Yep. And he's going to be close.
Yes.
I don't think he's going to get it. He's probably going to be a half a yard short. But he was awful close to that first down. Great read and great run. And really, we haven't seen him run much this evening.
No. But like you said, that was a great read. Gesselbrock, he gained 13 yards the last game against Chaminade Julienne. So he can run some, but we haven't seen that tonight. Mergenthal on the tackled him just short.
Quarterback sneak. He's going to get the first down. It's going to take us probably to the end of the third quarter. No, it's going to stop at a 32.1. And that's going to roll the clock.
But like you said, Weeder's had a great game last week, Matt. He had 46 yards. in the Crusaders win over Chaminade Julienne.
That's just a fun name to say, Chaminade.
It really is.
You'd
think it'd almost be like a rock band.
It would be.
Or something like that.
Pass in the end zone. They're going to call it a touchdown, I believe. They are.
Yes.
The one official here on the side, he called it a touchdown. Wow, that's something you do not expect. That's a fantastic throw, a fantastic route by the Moeller Crusaders.
Yeah, what a play there, Matt, by Moeller.
Yep. So that's going to extend the lead 38-14 here at East Central High School. In favor of the Moeller Crusaders. Extra point up and good.
Yeah, it was Andrew Clemens on the PAT for Moeller.
So we have 0.1 seconds left. I don't know who that clock operator is, but they should have just kept that thing rolling. 0.1 seconds.
I think I'm going to report that to Donnie. It helps hard to find.
I wouldn't do it tonight.
No.
Maybe wait till Monday.
Yeah.
So 0.1 seconds left. 0.1 second left here in the third quarter. 39-14 in favor of the Crusaders from Moeller. Last year, final score is 20-6 in favor of the Trojans, and how the tides have kind of turned, Jack, since last year.
Well, we're talking to Coach Maxwell, just always a different team every year. You gain some experience, you lose some experience. And for East Central, this is one of these experience-building games.
Absolutely. Without question.
It's one of these games that's going to get you that next level. It's going to help you in the tournament here in a month or so. And so, those are the lessons that you need to learn here tonight to draw from.
Moeller back ready to kick off. East Central fields it cleanly. Brings it out to about the 24-yard line, maybe the 25-yard line. That there is going to end the third quarter. We still have a little bit of football left here at St. Leon, Indiana. We're going to take a break, 39-14 in favor of the Crusaders from Moeller.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to St. Leon, Indiana, here at Trojan Field. The Moeller Crusaders lead the East Central Trojans by a score of 39-14. We saw there at the end of the third quarter, Crusaders got a touchdown to extend their lead to 25 points.
Burton in the shotgun for the Trojans to start the fourth quarter. 12 minutes of football left here in St. Leon. Burton back to throw. Screen pass, middle screen. Nice play by the Trojans. That's going to give them about a 6-yard gain. They'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Matt, Eli Aston, that may be his first catch of the night. He's been in on a couple running plays. But a nice gain there, a gain of around 7. Here we go again, 4 wide for East Central. Burton, he's going to run. He's tackled by number 42 of Moeller.
I think that's going to be 1 yard short, Jack, of the first down. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Be interesting to see who gets the ball here. Is it going to be a quarterback sneak?
Yeah.
Green Ernst had an effective run there at the start of the first half.
4 wide again for the Trojans. Spread out. Aston in motion. It is going to be a handoff, and that's a big play for the Trojans.
Nice play.
Handoff to number 3, Trey Elmer.
Big first down there, Matt.
And really, we haven't talked much about the offense tonight, Jack, just because, it's kind of been 3 and out most of the evening.
They've been stymied most of the night.
Yep.
We've not seen them have any sort of offensive rhythm. It's been a rough night. But a nice play there by Trey Omer.
Burton looking to throw. Outside to Aston. He's going to pick up about 4. Well, maybe they called that incomplete.
He had to come back and get it. It must have hit the ground. He kind of blocked here.
So that's going to be 2nd and 10. Four wide for the Trojans again. They've kind of been sitting that formation most of the second half. Burton keeps it right up the middle. He's going to pick up about 6.
Nice run there by Burton.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Trojans. 10 minutes.
Omer's in the backfield. You got 3 on the far side and 1 receiver on the near side.
Hand off to Omer. And a great tackle by number 32 for the Crusaders. What a fantastic tackle by
Matt, that was
Micah Pitts. Micah is a 5'11" linebacker, junior for the Crusaders. So that's going to bring up 4th and 5, Jack. And this is what I call. There's no reason to punt. And if they get the ball back here, they get the ball back here. It's not a field position game at this point, being 39-14.
Yeah, if you're East Central, you got nothing to lose.
Nice throw by Burton, and he's not going to get there. Nope. I don't think he's going to get the first down.
I was going to say it's going to be close. I thought when that far official ran out, I thought he would have a chance to get the first down.
They are going to give it to him. Yep, they're going to give it to him. I think that's a generous spot. Well, we had one of those in the first.
I was going to say, we've seen a couple of those tonight.
Absolutely. Yep.
We want to thank Brenda Osmond for tuning in tonight. As Nate Busing catches the ball, he breaks free. He's pushed out of bounds by a trio of Crusader defenders. But Brenda Osmond and all our viewers tonight, we thank you for tuning in.
The great part about this is sometimes, teachers can't get out and support their kids for whatever reason, and they're still able to support them from home. So it's great to know that our teachers are supporting the kids from home. And so thanks again to the Trojan Media Production crew. Burton back again, looking downfield. Ooh, I don't know how that's not a flag. You got to be kidding me.
I was going to say, Matt, it looked like he was all over.
And now he's going to get an unsportsmanlike.
Well, I understand that frustration. You got to contain that if you're Aston. But, but still, I was surprised, too, that was not called pass interference.
Wow. That's unfortunate. So see what that flag is on. I don't think they've even. Yep, it is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. But that's frustrating when the official missed the call. And who knows? He may have said something that he shouldn't have said or whatever. It could be like that. But at the end of the day, it's still frustrating that they missed the call and East Central gets penalized. So that's going to take them back 15 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down. 8:36 left here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 16 for the Trojans. Kind of that fade route really hasn't worked well for the Trojans tonight. You think some of those short off passes and maybe even those middle screens that they've run have done more for the Trojans.
And some of that may just be the physicality, again, of Moeller not having much time to throw.
There's that middle again, and he fumbled it.
Really, Matt, a great route and throw, but they just couldn't hang on to the ball. They're going to turn it over, Matt, for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, And Coach Miners is asking if that's even a catch, if that was a catch or not. I don't know if we have a replay or not, but that's a difficult play.
Well, Matt, usually you got to make a football move.
Right, in order for that to be a catch. And I think he may have had a step, maybe, but that's a push too. We're going to have a replay, I think, of that. Let's see if he made that football move, Jack. Again, we have a replay booth up here, new to the Trojan Media production crew. Right up the middle for the Crusaders.
All right, guys, we're going to have a replay on the fumble. It's coming up here just a second. All right.
See if that football play occurs. There's Burton, gets it. 1, 2, yeah, maybe. That's a push. That's tough, Jack. He may have had a step down, maybe 2 steps down, but not many.
Well, Matt, it's nevertheless it's a tough break there for the Trojans to turn it over.
And I think what you're going to see a lot of from Moeller right now is a lot of running.
Yeah.
You're going to try and get that clock. 7:38 left now in the fourth quarter, and they're going to want to try and control that clock for the remainder of the game.
Yeah. If you're the Crusaders or coaching staff, you got the game in hand.
Yep.
You just want to run that clock out. You don't want to have any injuries, and so what you saw in that last play is what you're going to see here going forward.
This is the second year Moeller has visited St. Leon, Indiana. We'd like to thank them and any of their visitors that are here. Just a fantastic crew, and it's been great to. It's one of those contracts you want to continue to see happen. I believe it was a 2-year contract, and but you hope that this is one of those games that's going to continue.
Yeah. Well, like we said, man, at the beginning, it's just such a great matchup. Yeah. You got 2 great teams and 2 great programs. It's fun to see these guys go head-to-head here on a Friday night.
Well, and the other key part of all this, right, is that you want East Central to prepare for their playoffs.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's 6-7 weeks out.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still got to prepare, and this is a preparation game.
Yeah. Well, you want to win every game, but you're right. It's one of those games that really gets you ready. You're facing higher competition.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of lessons to be learned and taken in by East Central after this game.
And I think they'll go back. Coach Miners is one heck of a coach.
He is.
And he's going to go back to the drawing board and say, it's going to go in the end zone so that East Central gets the ball back out of the 20. But, Jack, they're going to go back and they're going to look offensively and even defensively. And it's going to start with the 5 up front on both sides of the ball. And they're going to watch film and they're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And they're going to come back out next week ready to go and start the EIEC season.
Yeah. I've always thought, like I said, East Central is so good at finding ways to make adjustments.
Yep.
And like you said, they're going to look at that film, they're going to make adjustments, and they're going to be ready for those teams later on in the season, like Roncalli.
So again, East Central will be back out at next week.
We see a pass here to Eli Aston, and he catches it. Great pass, Burton to Eli. That's a completion.
So we talked earlier, East Central will be at Franklin County and at Batesville the next 2 weeks. They will then host South Dearborn and Connorsville, and then be at Guerin Catholic and Indianapolis, Roncalli. So we're talking 4 home games this year, Jack, and we'll be on the air on September 24th with South Dearborn and October 1st against Connorsville. But it's hard to believe we're halfway through our job.
It really is. Yeah, this is the halfway mark of the home slate for this season. Yeah, we want to thank everybody again for tuning in tonight. We hope you tune in again for South Dearborn in about 2-3 weeks.
So again, the Trojan Media production crew this week's schedule: Tuesday against Lawrenceburg, boys tennis against Lawrenceburg on Tuesday, and then turn around and boys tennis against Columbus East on Wednesday. Check out the Trojan Media production crew on all of their Productions. They do a fantastic job. So East Central gets the ball back. 6:01 here in the fourth quarter. Burton in the shotgun, rolls out to his right. Perfect pass down to Aston. And that's what we haven't seen much of Burton tonight, but that's a great job of Burton getting outside and a perfect pass to Aston.
Yeah, 2 big plays here for East Central's offense. 2 pass completions to Eli Aston. He's been quiet most of the game, but he's coming alive here in the fourth quarter.
Burton back in the shotgun. Burton looks for the end zone. A little bit too hard there. Looking for Aston in the back of the end zone. Burton throws it out of the end zone.
Yeah. But there, Matt, the line did a great job blocking up front for Cole Burton, allowed him some time here to look downfield and get a read for who he wanted to throw to.
So Burton getting the call in from Coach Miners. 5:39 left. Play clock down to 13-12. Burton sprinting in, telling him to play. See if he can get it off, down to 5. Burton gets the play off, rolls out to his left. Trying to find downfield. They're going to give it to him.
Yeah, Matt, I think Aston, he got his toes in.
I think he did. Great catch and throw by Eli Aston, or by Cole Burton to Eli Aston. That's going to bring up 3rd down, though. Do we have another flag on the field? We do. That's going to go against East Central and send them back. I think that's a legal man downfield, possibly, Jack.
Yes, somebody didn't check in with the refs.
And we're back to the conferencing thing I just don't get. You either saw it or you didn't. That's going to back up East Central. 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 15 for the Trojans. 5:32 left.
But if you're East Central right here, you just want to see what you can put together. You got a couple pass plays.
Yep. Screen play to the middle of the field to Aston. Aston dodges one. Aston's going inside the 20, down to inside the 10, probably the 8-yard line. What a great play by Coach Miners and the Trojan offense.
Yeah, they finally found some things here. Tackles by number 13, Carson Hobbs. But, Matt, they put together a really nice drive here.
Aston on this far side with 3 wide receivers. Burton rolling out to his left. Burton looking in the end zone. Didn't get it.
Just
intended for Beasing.
Yeah, just off the fingertips there, Matt, at Nate Beasing.
That's going to bring up 2nd down and goal, sitting on the 8-yard line. 5:08. And really, you know, Jack, if you can get a score and you can punch it in here, that's just going to provide confidence for that offense throughout this week.
Yeah,
you know, it may really not change the outcome of the game, but it's going to provide that confidence.
Matt, I couldn't agree more. It's going to give them something that they can build on.
Yep.
You know, and take forward with them in the next couple road games.
So Burton in the shotgun. Handoff, reverse to Aston. Aston looking to get inside. Great defense by Moeller. That's going to be a gain of about 4 yards. Take it down to about the 5-yard line.
Hobbs again, number 13 on the tackle for the Crusaders.
4:46 remaining in the fourth quarter. Burton rolling to the left. Looking again for the end zone. See if he keeps it here. He might. Oh, that's a great play by Cole Burton. Underneath, runs over the defender from Moeller. As he puts him on his back, Cole Burton scores a touchdown, brings it 39-20. Looks like Jack, it looks like East Central's going to go for 2.
I was going to say, Matt, we talk about the physicality of the line by Moeller. That was great physicality there by East Central's quarterback, Cole Burton, to get that into the end zone.
Absolutely. So East Central will line up to go for two, 4:36 left here in the fourth quarter. Burton back in the shotgun. And the Wildcat and a bad snap.
Almost got it. He's got some room.
He's got open, and there's Burton for the 2-point. You were talking about a broken play coming good.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Woo! That's going to bring it 39-22 in favor of Moeller. 4:36 left here in the fourth quarter. We will take a 30-second break and be back with you. Welcome back to St. Leon, Indiana, East Central High School. Matt Maple alongside Mr. Aaron Jackson. 4:36 left here at Trojan Field. 39-22 in favor of the visiting Moeller Crusaders. You know, Jack, we talk a lot about thanking people and tuning in and things like that, but it doesn't get any better than the custodial staff here on campus.
Yeah, I know. Those guys are the best.
So you have Tim Banks, who's a fantastic East Central custodian. You have Ralph Johnson down at the middle school, and all of their support staff that they've got. It's just it keeps the campus clean, neat looking, and that's why it looks the way it does on air.
Well, man, they take so much pride in the buildings.
So thanks to all of them. Thanks to all the crew again tonight for the Trojan Media Productions crew. Spencer Powell, his mustache, and Kevin Leach.
I think that mustache has its own Twitter page, doesn't it?
It could. I'm not a friend of it, though.
Well, I don't follow it either.
So Moeller doing a great job on the receiving end. Brings the ball back out to about the 38-yard line.
Louis Gray there, number 67, on the tackle.
39-22.
Kurt Thompson, number 18, on the return for Moeller. He's kind of flung out of bounds by Louis Gray. Pretty good field position here for the Crusaders.
Yeah, you know, time is on the Crusaders' side, right? So 4:28 left here in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they just try and run it up the gut.
I was going to say,
try and get a first down or two and go home.
First down or two, I would say, would end this out, Matt.
Right up the middle like we talked about. That's a great defensive play for the Trojans.
Again, Jake Blake on the tackle.
And we're going to see a timeout by Coach Miners and the Trojans. We'll stay here with you. Great shots tonight by our camera crew.
Steve Sunoco featuring Mega Mia Pizza, deli, for real milkshake, lottery snacks, and more. September special, 1 large 2-topping pizza and 2-liter for $9.99. At Steve's, our main focus is the experience of the customer. We hire friendly people, keep our shelves stocked, and the store clean.
Great commercial by Steve Sunoco and Mama Mia's or Mega Mia, whatever.
They'll make them up for you, man. That's the point.
That is the point.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of our sponsors and all that they do for us. 4:16, another timeout for the Trojans, trying to stop the clock to get the ball back on the offensive end. 39-22 in favor of the Moeller Crusaders. Once again, it can't be said enough, but thank you to Moeller for making the trip down from Cincinnati and doing it 2 years in a row, and just a classy group of athletes and coaches and everybody else. So thank you to them.
And obviously, East Central, they've struggled in certain parts of their game tonight, but overall the Crusaders just a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger tonight for East Central. Well, a lot to take from the game, Matt.
Well, and I think they won up front. We've talked about that, ad nauseum this evening, but they won, with the 5 offensive and 5 defensive linemen.
Well, Vince Lombardi, Packers coach, always said linemen win championships. So they've certainly won this game for Moeller here tonight. Looks like we're going to see
and there's another flag. It's going to be pass interference against East Central.
Yep, looks like Jack Rainier, Matt's going to get called.
I'm surprised Moeller's throwing the football with 4:10 left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we talked just before the timeouts that we probably would see them run the ball.
Yep. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to bring an automatic first down up for Moeller.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too. You think they just kind of want to run, control the clock, and wrap it up, not really risk an injury by going downfield. But again, we see him go 3 wide here, Matt.
Yep. So Moeller spreading it out. Handoff right up the middle. And he's going to pick up about 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
That was number 39 for the Crusaders up the middle.
East Central electing not to call a timeout, which continues to have that clock roll for the Moeller Crusaders. Wish best luck to all of the teams playing this weekend. I think there's a freshman JV game tomorrow. I know the youth are playing, so best of luck to all of them throughout their football and fall seasons. Handoff again, up outside.
That was number 39 again with the ball for Moeller. Number 46 on the tackle, Braden Rouse for East Central. That's a gain of a first down. 1st and 10, ball on the 34.
And that's going to stop the clock. I'm just shocked that they're running outside and passing the football with 3:23 left.
Yes, I am too, with a sizable lead at that.
Moeller in the shotgun. Run right up the middle. Picks up about 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Crusaders.
Looked like that was number 8, Riley, on the tackle for East Central.
We're under 3 minutes here at Trojan Field. 39-22 in favor of the Crusaders. Blitz coming for the Trojans. Get outside. He's going to pick up a first down, and there's another penalty flag on the field.
Yeah.
Moeller, Jack, they've got a lot of yards this evening, but they also have a lot of penalty yards. I mean, you start looking at those two comparisons, and there's some comparison going on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, their offense obviously high-powered.
Yep.
They had 400 yards last week. I'm sure they've had over 400 here tonight. Yep. But they've probably been penalized close to 100.
Easily.
If not over.
Yep. So that holding call will bring it back. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 15.
Yeah, Matt, that's given a lot of free yards to East Central's defense, giving them some more room to maneuver.
And we're still, they're winning it up front. Moeller's winning it up front. So it could be a heck of a lot higher scoring game than what it is. But because of their penalties, that's why it's kind of been a little bit closer.
Yeah, it's really held them back. We saw some nice penetration there by East Central's defense, but that's been more the exception than the rule here tonight.
Yep. So we're at 1:55 39-22.
Three split wide, number 7 for the Crusaders in his quarterback.
And another blitz right up the middle. And he's under pressure. He's not going to, well, I didn't think they were going to get him, but they finally did. It's going to be a 4th and 9, 4th and 10 situation for the Crusaders. And it's back to, you think about it, this game probably could have been over about 6 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But they would have just ran the ball, but they decided to get outside.
Yeah.
They decided to throw the ball some. So they're going to go for it on 4th and 9, 4th and 10.
Yeah, it's a little surprising here.
Yeah. If East Central can get a stand, that again will help the confidence moving into next week. 55 seconds left here at East Central. Blitz coming.
Great job.
That's a fantastic job. That's a great job by number 54 for the Trojans.
That's Jake Blake here, Matt. We've called his name several times.
Yep. Fantastic blitz. Good call. 46.2 seconds left. See if East Central tries to take a few shots to the end zone here.
Yeah, great stop there by the Trojan defense. I guess Moeller thought they're kind of no man's land as far as kick a field goal, punt, or what. So Trojans will take over on downs.
So Cole Burton in the backfield, number 7, sophomore quarterback. Burton takes a snap, runs right up the gut, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
Trey Omer, nice gain for the Trojans. He gets it into Crusader territory.
That's going to keep the clock running. 39 seconds left here. Trojan field. One person I haven't seen back on the field much is Ryan Brotherton.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't see him, Matt, either on the sideline there.
Omer's going to lose a yard, going to bring up 2nd and 11. I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, I hope he can come back, Matt, next week.
And that's going to wrap it up. The buzzer's going to ring here in a minute. With that being said, Jack, East Central, I think, lost the game in the trenches tonight. And we don't say that very often about an East Central crew.
It's not often that East Central gets pushed around down there in the line. But they did here tonight by very, very physical and strong Moeller team.
Yeah, absolutely. And best of luck to the Moeller Crusaders. Obviously, they've got a heck of a football team, and they're going to have a bright future moving ahead. East Central will be back with Franklin County next week. Best of luck to the Trojans. East Central losing to Moeller Crusaders tonight, 22-39. Have a great evening and a great Labor Day, everyone.